Alright, my friends, so it's time for us to understand one by one of these technologies, and I'm gonna show you first HTML and how it is gonna be very cool in our case. So let's open a new slide and let's see what is HTML. First of all, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is just a theoretical text. There is no any zero, or there even no one will ask you what does HTML stands for. Okay, you maybe get a question like what is the benefit of HTML, but it's still not very important question. Whatever, I want to understand what is the benefit of HTML. Okay, so the benefit of HTML is adding any visible content to the user. Okay, so this is these two examples. Okay, we have this one right here and this one right here. These are HTML and CSS, and this example right here is only using HTML, right? So from this perspective, you already know that HTML is only responsible for adding any visible content to the user. Okay, so HTML, what it's gonna do, it's gonna go ahead and add anything that or any content that the user can see and interact with, whether it's an image, it's a text, a video, an icon, or a list. So these are the types of a web or HTML can add for us. Okay, so as you can see, and what we can do, we can simplify the stuff even more by taking a look for each thing that will be added to the web browser and call it as a web element. Okay, so web element are any content that the user can see and interact with. Okay, whether it's an image, here we have an image, we have text right here, we have these icons. So these are just examples of a web content or a web element. Okay, and this is really the benefit of using HTML, which is to add any visible content the user can see, whether it's an image, it's a text, or it's an icon. All right, so these are the benefit of HTML. And once again, how we can simplify the stuff more by dividing for each thing that we are going to add and call it as an element. So for example, here we have this image right here for this person, and we can call it a web element. We have let's say this icon right here, it's a web element, and this icon right here, it's another web element. We have this description right here, or this name right here, it's a web element. So all these are web elements. All right, now going back to our example that we have, take a look. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is it is HTML and CSS. Okay, but I want to only see the HTML. So what I will do here, I'm going to show you, I'm going to disable my styles. So I'm going to disable any CSS code for this website. So I'm going to click disable style sheet or styles. As you can see, this is the benefit of using HTML. What it's going to do, it's going to add anything that is visible and we can interact with. We have text, we have this list, we have an image, a list of images, we have this text right here, and this text, this description, these images, this icon. All these are just a web content. Okay, this is only HTML, right? And a quick note right here, we can call each one individually a web element. This is a web element, this is a web element, this is a web element, and each one of these are a web element. All right, so as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the benefit of using HTML, which is to add a web content. Okay, the user can see and interact with. But how does HTML do that? That's what we are going to do in the next video.